Hi, and welcome to the sports review segment here on the Breakfast Daily. Benjamin and Katie are here. Happy to be here, of course.
Why are you grinning? Why are you grinning from ear to ear like this?
Oh, I mean, life is good.
You had a good weekend.
Life is good.
I suppose.
Life is good generally. Life's...
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Before the match, during the match, and after the match.
After the match, life is always good.
Life has been amazing.
Let's start off with stuff that won't ruffle people too much.
Okay.
Let's go to Kumasi.
Okay.
And that's where the super clash was happening. Asante Kotoko versus Accra Hearts of Oak. It was the second installment. Now, the first leg ended goalless, and the second leg went to Babayara. Everybody felt as if, off the back of the big crowd that we got for the Ghana-Nigeria game, this was going to be like that as well. Well, it wasn't. It was almost less than half the crowd. So, poor publicity, whatnot. But in the end, they managed to pull a 15,000 capacity crowd. That just tells you how big this game is. It was literally zero publicity for this game. And I also think that it might have been like that because Asante Kotoko, after beating Hearts, have gone 16 points clear. I mean, they were 13 points clear before the game. So you got the sense that Kotoko fans were like, I mean, what's the fuss?
Are you sure?
No,
But this is the super class. It doesn't matter.
They wanted to win it, though. I mean, they did want to win it because clearly, I mean, what's the essence of winning a league title and not beating your rivals? But
exactly.
I expected them to turn out in larger numbers to the ground, but it didn't happen. In the end, Frank Mbella, the Cameroonian international, converted the penalty. But guys, the penalty, you should see the penalty.
Yeah, that's everyone's like, this was soft. Was it really supposed to be a penalty? Was it 1-0? We'll give it to them.
I'm a big one who condemns violence in our leagues, but these are the sort of decisions that cause fans to beat referees. I'm telling you. If you look at that penalty, it was completely uncalled for. And the only reason why you haven't heard of any controversy is because this game was in Kumasi. If that decision was given in Accra, I'm very sure you and I will be having a different conversation right now. Because that was a bad penalty. And the referee basically had a terrible game because he spent the rest of the game trying to equalize for that bad decision. Kept on giving one decision in Hearts of Oak's favor because he had given a penalty against them. He would give a decision that didn't need to be given. He was just all over the place yesterday. Terrible officiating. In the end, Kotoko won't mind. 1-0, 3 points in the bag, closer to the title. So, yeah, I'm not sure what you guys were expecting from that game. Just snap thoughts?
I think I agree. It was a bit mellow as far as the excitement.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because Liverpool Man City overshadowed it. I think that was part of it as well. Everybody was looking forward to Manchester City, Liverpool. So maybe that also took away some of the shine.
It's interesting because there were people actually talking about the Kotoko game undertones while Manchester City and Liverpool match was going on.
I mean, updates and everything were coming through when that game was happening. So there was that. But I mean, the truth is that Accra folk are in a mini crisis. They don't want to admit it because these days they have Sule Muntari, Samuel Inkum.
Inkum is joining, right?
He actually made his debut during this particular game. Now, if you know the history, Inkum is a Kotoko guy. That's where he made his name as far as the Ghana Premier League or the local scene is concerned before he left for FC Basel. Now, when he came back, he expected that Asante Kotoko would come on and sign him because he's a club legend, blah, blah, blah. Well, he says that the club CEO ghosted on him. And so he eventually joined Hearts of Oak. Yesterday, apparently, every time he touched the ball, the fans let him hear it. The Kotoko fans let him hear it. The boos were loud. They rang across the stadium. But yeah, I hear he had a pretty decent game. Moving on to territories that make people uncomfortable, but moving on regardless. Let's get to the Etihad, and that's where the first game, cracking game, potential title decider. It had us on the edge of our seats from beginning to end. The quality from these two teams
was remarkable.
Insane.
2-2 is how the game ended. Mane getting on the score sheet, Diego Jota getting on the score sheet, Kevin De Bruyne for Manchester City, and then Gabriel Jesus also getting on the score sheet. Very interesting game there. You could tell the managers were pumped up. I saw the embrace between Klopp and Pep at the end. That was some mutual respect there. I don't know what you guys were expecting from that game.
Oh, it delivered. I mean, it delivered on the hype, for real.
Yeah.
I mean, 2-2, so it's still, everything's still up in the air somewhat. Still a 1 point difference. Let's see how it goes. But it was a good match.
There's this whole conversation about this being one of the biggest rivalries ever, in the Premier League. But I heard Gary Neville on his podcast talking about this and saying that it could be seen as one of the biggest rivalries
in recent times.
Recent times. But if you look at history, rivalries have stories.
Yep.
And repeated stories, and we don't have enough stories yet between these two.
It's just a club Pep thing.
Yes.
And then there's the fact that the two teams are doing so well and they've been so dominant and consistent in the past couple. But I get what you mean. Liverpool, Man United is a more traditional rival. But split points, the point gap still remains one. Still all to play for. Liverpool have a more difficult run of games, but I'm sure they can navigate it. Arsenal. Boy. 2-1 against Brighton and Hove Albion. That's how that game ended. Martin Odegaard, he scored a really good goal, but the goal didn't matter because Arsenal had lost the game. Now, Arsenal have lost Partey as well to an injury. It looks like Partey will be out for the rest of the season with a thigh injury. If you look at Arsenal's win percentage with Thomas in the team and Arsenal's win percentage without Thomas in the team, they are in trouble. There's no other way to put it. They are in trouble.
Wow.
He makes such
significant?
Yeah, he makes such a big difference when he plays for them as compared to when he doesn't play. Plus, their depth is paper thin. At this point, Kweku, if you get up from here and go and do your warm-ups, a few laps around the Accra Sports Stadium, Arsenal might just give you a look in because it's looking dire right now.
Hello.
Look, they don't have the bodies.
We don't have
they
a
don't
squad.
have the bodies.
We don't have. And watching Man City Liverpool yesterday just reaffirmed that for me. Like looking at the depth of those squads compared to look,
Manchester
Arsenal
City is pulling Riyad Mahrez off the bench.
The players to spare.
Yeah, exactly.
Arsenal literally saw. It was so good.
How does Riyad Mahrez come off the bench? In that level.
You have even Liverpool.
I know, right?
Arsenal, you literally saw our whole squad on Saturday. Like that's it. There's nothing, no quality to spare. There's really nothing. Look, Xhaka is playing what? Right back or left back. I mean, what's all this?
Yeah.
We don't have players.
So the fans got on Arteta's back, though. They were very unhappy with this result.
Yeah, it wasn't good. And to be honest with you, we want that fourth slot, but I don't think we're ready for it. We just don't have players. We're going to take this to Champions League.
Nah.
Is this what we're taking to Champions League?
You get the fourth place, and then you get a few more players.
We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Let's go to Spain briefly. Let's just touch on that. Barcelona. Charlie, they say team na ye biom. They say Xavi aye team ni ye. So yesterday they won against Levante. Good win for Barcelona. They're really on some resurgence type of stuff. And Arsenal aided them by giving them Aubameyang on the silver platter. Yes, Aubameyang doing big things for Barcelona. And finally, boxing. Emmanuel, the Game Boy Tagoe. Charlie. See, if they say they beat somebody like Tiff,
no,
but I don't know what he said.
I've never seen such a whooping. I mean, I don't remember the last time I watched a boxing match and saw such a whooping. But honestly, when this match was slated to happen, I wondered what our chances were in terms of Game Boy's chances against King. Because I've been following Ryan
Garcia
from before he even changed his name to King Ryan. Right? And this was like 6 years ago, I started following him. He was very young then. But you see his discipline, his training,
technique, skill,
his technique, everything. He doesn't play with
and
this guy.
He's still not lost the bout. He's still undefeated. So after this, he went 22-0. So still yet to lose. This is the first time he's actually gone the full length of a bout. First time he's actually done 12 rounds with anybody. He dropped Tagoe a couple of times actually, but the beating, you should see the highlights of the bout. It was a proper beat down.
But then why are people criticizing Garcia and saying that he went for an easy opponent? He should have fought somebody more his level.
I mean, it was mandatory. He needed to fight Tagoe to get to the next level. So now he's done that. He's moving on to the next level. But Tagoe won't mind. He's cashed out.
He got his money.
Good money from the TV percentage. So he gets something just about the region of $200,000. So I'm sure he's sorted.
Not bad for one night.
I'm sure he's nice. I'm sure he's nice right now. He's like, I took the whooping, but my pockets are smiling. I'm smiling to the bank. Who cares? So Emmanuel Game Boy Tagoe. He's a happy guy. Guys, it's been amazing being with you this morning.
Yes, thank you,
Awesome,
thank you. Well,